All right, I'm hitting the go live button.
Okay.
It is live.
What's going on, everybody? Just going to give it a second. Obviously, takes like 10 or 15 seconds for the ads to drop. You know, as Kyle says, you got to pay the bills. Got to pay the bills. Domino's got 20% off everything right now. I hate Domino's pizza, though, so I definitely can't get behind that. So
The only Domino's I could bang with is a pan pizza. I don't bang with anything else from the Domino's family tree.
you're a fan of the pan pizza. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right. Looks like we are here and we are live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is morning here for me in Alaska. It's 10 a.m. here. Decent night last night. Nothing to ride home about, that's for sure. I think VIP lost like half a unit or so, maybe gotten close to even, but a couple weird losses. The Mets are just effing me more than life itself. I thought for sure, what they're doing today, I thought they would do yesterday. I think they're up 5 or 6-0 right now. They lost 8-2. The Red Sox, man. And you know what's sad? You know what's really effed up is that I really wanted to bet the Red Sox today, too. I didn't, but just a spoiler. But, man, that Red Sox game was really hard to take. I mean, again, scoring 4 runs or whatever. The Blue Jays losing. I mean, we hit the over. I mean, so we kind of essentially like broke even in that game. But, man, Blue Jays scoring, giving up 9. Can't believe that. That one was hard. Thank God for teams like the Twins. Oh, I'm sorry, the Cardinals and Braves for holding down their end of the bargain. So anyway, let's get it started with the first game on the board. Beaver, you have it up as the Twins and okay, yeah. So Twins and Yankees, and the first thing that stuck out to me in this game is the Yankees lineup. Like, holy cow. I mean, it's a whole bunch of guys that pride myself on knowing. I mean, I know who these guys are, but if you look at this lineup, it's a complete shell of itself. I'm pulling it up right now just so I can have all the names because I can't even remember all of them. Here we go. Cabrera, Judge, Torres, Guzman, and Duhar, IKF, aka E6, Florial, Higashioka, and Oswaldo Prezada. Oh, man. That's not even the same Yankees team, man. Like, it's just ridiculous. I just don't understand how the books still give these lines out. I mean, I understand that Louis Varland isn't somebody that you're going to go home and ride off into the sunset with, but at the same time, I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm going to play the over in this game. Over 7 at -115. Just for a half a unit. This is a doubleheader, and I don't really like getting involved in doubleheaders, but I'm going to have it on the TV, so I'm just going to play it for a half a unit. Both of these teams, the Twins alone, can score runs at a very high rate. I mean, we saw yesterday Gary Sanchez with home runs and stuff. I mean, up and down the lineup, they have guys that can hit the ball. I mean, has Herman been good? Yeah. But at the same time, I just don't trust either pitching staff, especially the bullpens. I mean, I don't trust them at all. I think 7's a low number. I think it's a low number because it is a doubleheader, and on top of that Yankees lineup. But I actually know a couple people that are on the Yankees today before it got up to like the 150 range. So maybe those young kids, you know, like Prezada. I don't even know how you say his name, but those guys maybe show up today. But like I said, I maybe see some runs today, but it is a doubleheader, so I don't have to put much stock into this one. So the Brewers and the Rockies, and this was one hell of a game yesterday. I'm sitting there kicking myself for not taking the Rockies. I guess I put a little bit too much respect on the Brewers. But I'm on the Rockies today. Rockies money line +115 for 0.75 units. Like I said yesterday, not a chance in hell I'm laying juice with this Milwaukee team. And not to mention, we're getting the Rockies at home, which is a spot that we really like. And not to mention, we're getting the Rockies against the left-hander, which is another spot we like. Lauer's been in Colorado twice in the last couple of years, 7 innings total, 7 runs, 11 hits, nothing to write home about. But Kyle Freeland has pitched pretty damn well against Milwaukee. 2 of his last 3 starts, he hasn't given up a run against them. And then the one start that he had was bad. It was in Milwaukee. And we know that how well Milwaukee does play at home sometimes. They can be really streaky. So at the same time, like I said, the Brewers are just a bad baseball team. I really don't think they're that good. They shouldn't be laying a price like this. So I'm all over the Rockies here again today. Braves. This was another crazy game. The 9-9 going into the 6th inning between the Braves and the Athletics. I thought for sure Kyle Wright would just deal yesterday. And obviously not, man. I mean, holy cow. I actually have the same bet as I did yesterday in this game. Braves is a SGP. It's a Braves money line and team total over 4.5 at plus 100. I don't need to sit here and talk about how good and who Spencer Strider is. If you're watching the show, you know exactly who he is and how well he's pitched this year against good and bad competition. And you guys also don't need me to tell you how bad Oakland is. So I think that Atlanta's rolling right now. I think they definitely smell blood in the water. So the Mets have 2 games today, but these teams are finally tied. So Atlanta has no room for error today in any way possible. So I think the bats get going, and I think they win this game. So to get this at plus 100, I think is a pretty good price. Next one, another easy winner with the Angels last night. I mean, who thought we would be saying this a month or 2 ago? But I just keep on betting the Angels, man, and they keep on winning. You're going to have to put them in an SGP here today to get the juice down a little bit. But I will be riding the Angels here today. We're going to go Angels money line in an SGP, and it's going to go under 11.5. And that's going to come back at minus 105. And we're going to do that for 0.75 units. Look, if the Angels weren't essentially rolling right now and the Tigers just couldn't get out of their own way, like the Tigers should have won that game last night. The Angels wanted a walk-off. Like, I would probably be on Detroit right now, but I've lost so much money this year thinking that Detroit is a team that they went from, okay, they're my team, they're going to be good, to, okay, they're horrible, but in spots we can make money, to now they're just god-awful. And I'm done putting money into that team. Hutchinson hasn't been horrible for them. I mean, if you take a look at his game logs and stuff like that, he's not one of these guys that's getting lit up or anything like that. Just really quickly, 3 runs against Kansas City. All of these in five innings. A little bit more in some of them. Sometimes he goes 6, but essentially you're going to get 5 innings from him. 3 runs in Kansas City, 2 against Texas, 1 against Cleveland and the Giants. So again, but his history against the Angels isn't good either. Sandoval has actually been a menace. He's been fantastic for the Angels for a while now. So obviously you can see the minus 200 price tag. It's there for a reason. So yeah, that's how we're going to play this one to get the juice down. We saw some runs last night. Both of these, like I said, both these pitchers are actually pretty decent. So they're actually so good that the fact that I'm getting 11.5 kind of worries me just a little bit, like I'm missing something. But either way, these 2 offenses are pretty bad in general. So that's how I'm going to roll with it. I see your comment, Official Hayes, with the Tigers money line. I don't hate it. I just can't. There's no way in hell I can bet the Tigers right now. Next game up, Dodgers, Giants. You know what it is. Dodgers minus 1.5, minus 120. It's back to a full unit. It's back to a price that I can get behind. I will say, just like a public service announcement, Clayton Kershaw's numbers against the Giants are suspect at best. His last start against them was only all of his starts against them are 6 innings or less. And then his last start against them, 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, a run, but then go back, 1 more start, another no decision, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, and then 2 back-to-back losses. So nothing great. But again, this is just a bet on the Dodgers being the Dodgers, like we continue to do. So as you guys know, I'm actually an Alex Cobb guy. So I'm tiny worried about it just because I do think that actually the Giants might have a little bit of more of a pitching advantage than people might think. I don't think it's necessarily an advantage, but I think that Alex Cobb is still underrated. But either way, it's the Dodgers, baby. We just keep on riding them boys in blue, baby. Whew. White Sox and Mariners, man, last night, fantastic game. Cal Raleigh in the, 6th or 7th inning or something like that, busted it open to make it 3-0 Mariners. You had Julio Rodriguez on the bench calling the shot. I called it. Whatever. I'm on Seattle again today, or here today. I was on the White Sox yesterday, taking Seattle -1.5 at +110. I would love. I actually think that the White Sox are a little undervalued in general right now. I think they're running into a buzzsaw in Seattle. The only reason I'm playing the -1.5 is because Steele's been great, and then Kopech's coming back off of an injury, and on the road this year, he's just been absolutely horrible. I'm tired of trying to pick off. I mean, I'm usually a big Mariner bettor, but the last, I don't know, it seems like a week or so I've been trying to find spots to pick them off, but I'm done doing that. I just think that they're just too good of a baseball team, and they're playing too good right now. And the White Sox, as much as like I said yesterday, they've been playing better without La Russa. The bullpen's taxed a little bit, especially after last night. And Kopech on the road, just in general, this year has just been an absolute travesty. So I just can't get behind it. They did it.
GLV Music asks if you like the Mariners in the first 5.
Yeah, I just don't know what the price is. I'd probably lay a half a run. But yeah, depending on what the price is, as long as it's just not completely juiced to the gills. That's all. That's my only thing to that. But yeah. Next game up, Mets and Pirates. It's -400. Man, I don't really have a play on this. Beavers has been in my ear just waiting for the DeGrom K line to drop. He's telling me it's a guaranteed lock, hammerhead style, that he hits 5 or 10 plus Ks. So I don't know if you wanted to go off of that, Beaver, or not.
It's a 1,000 unit mega whale, lock a million. The Pirates are whiff machines, 55 Ks for DeGrom through 9 today.
So yep, there it is. I don't even know what the number is. I don't think it's dropped yet. So as long as it's not completely juiced to the gills, it's probably worth a look. But
it's not even up yet. They don't have it up. They're scared.
They're scared. So take a look at it. I will say Beaver's been pretty good at that. He just called the Blake Snell ladder the other day. So I might have to do the same thing. Touche, Beaver. Touche. Next game up.
Next game.
The producer extraordinaire. Ooh. Another doubleheader game. I'm making sure the price is right. Okay. Same bets as yesterday. I just want to make sure the price is right. Twins money line plus 165 for a half a unit. And then Twins team total over 2.5 at -110 for a 0.75 units. I pray that they lose game 1. But yeah, either way, I talked about it on yesterday's show. I don't really trust the Yankees and Cole right now, and especially seeing that lineup in game 1. I don't know what it's going to look like in game 2. Either way, they're not going to have Rizzo and stuff because he's on the IL. But yeah, I think that Joe Ryan's kind of underrated right here, and at plus 168. I don't know if we've got him at that price all year. It's just too enticing of a price, especially in a doubleheader game. I really don't play doubleheaders, but I already capped this game yesterday. I wanted to attack it yesterday, and I don't think much has changed since yesterday. So besides the fact that it's a doubleheader, so just gonna scale back the units on it, but I still want to attack Cole. I actually think this Twins team wants to face him.
And then what were the odds on that team total over 2.5?
Minus 110.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. I like it. If you wanted to get crazy, it's probably 1.5 at a big plus price in the first 5. I don't hate it. All right. Oh, man. This one, Rays and Red Sox. Man, this one is not as easy as it looks. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb for continuing to bet the Red Sox. I'm not betting the Red Sox here today. I'm doing an SGP, but I just want to say, like, the Red Sox aren't as bad as I don't think they were as bad as they've looked. I think that the injuries are gotten to them. I don't think they're going to have Xander Bogaerts here in the lineup today. He left early yesterday with like a back spasm type of thing, which was kind of shitty to see. They're not going to have Frenchie Cordero because he hurt himself jumping into the goddamn wall yesterday. He literally caught his spikes in like the shitty wall. So he like jumped in the wall, spikes caught, and his knee turned. So I couldn't even tell you what what the Boston lineup is going to look like right now going into this game. So just a half unit SGP for me. We're going to go Rays money line under 9.5 at plus 115 for a half a unit. Springs does not have good numbers. That's why, like I said, that's why I'm playing this SGP. Springs doesn't have good numbers against Boston. He's actually been lit up by them, but both of the times we're in Boston. It's not the same Boston lineup. That's why I started with that. It's not even close to the same Boston lineup. I'm checking right now to see if they've released it yet. I keep on refreshing to see, just because I'm curious to see what they do with it. But we just still haven't got it yet. But they have released the lineup. They're playing everybody that they normally do. Shout out to G-Man Choi. I hope you get up, right? G-Man Choi in a little bit of a slump, bumped down to 8th in the batting order. He used to be their cleanup guy. But anyway, shout out G-Man. I love you. But yeah, Tampa Bay's rolling right now. I've tried to step in front of him a couple times now. Pavetta's actually pitched pretty decently over the last month or so. Actually, he's actually going through his game logs today. I actually say he's been pretty damn consistent for them. Whether he gets run support or not is a completely different story. But I will say the one team that he's struggled with all year is the Rays. So it's Rays or pass for me. I think that SGP is pretty damn juicy. God, I love baseball. Phillies and the Marlins. Man, this one might surprise some people. I'm going to play the Phillies minus 1.5. Actually, you know what, Beaver? Strike that from the record because I had the Marlins written down, and I'm going to stick to that. Marlins first 5 money line at plus 130 for 0.75 or for just a half a unit. We got a lot of shit going on. Sorry guys, the SGPs things was down for DraftKings for a while. So like usually some of the games I try to make SGPs with, I couldn't do it. So but anyway, look, Trevor Rogers doesn't have the best numbers with the Phillies, but if you take a look at it, he came back off of injury and he looked really good against the Rays. And I put some stock into that because the Rays were rolling. So now, and if you take a look at all the other ones besides that, it's against pretty good teams as far as the Reds on the road. The Phillies is another team like that. But if you take a look at Bailey Falter as well, he didn't have. The Phillies are one of those teams that I don't really trust in general. So when you take a look at a guy like Bailey Falter, who he goes in against Arizona, 6 1/3 innings, he looks fantastic. Before that, against Pittsburgh, he looks really good too. But against Pittsburgh, the time before that, the Cubs, the Nationals, he gives up home runs. He walks guys. He's starting to figure it out. But at the same time, I just don't think that Bailey Falter should be a minus 170 favorite here, because he's looked good his last couple starts. He hasn't walked anybody in 2 straight starts. I don't see that happening again. And what's funny though is that he hasn't walked anybody, but he's given up 3 home runs. So again, the Marlins aren't the team that I think are going to hit a home run off of him or really worry me about that, but I do think they can score runs. I do think this is going to be a lower scoring game. It's a divisional game. So I'm going to take the fish at the plus money. Like 85-90% of the money is on the Phillies. This is more of just a little bit of a pushback against all that money. Yeah, this is the game I want to talk about. Orioles and Blue Jays, man, this game has been every time these two teams play, it's really, really, really fun to watch. Last night was no exception. I will say, though, the total in this game has me thrown for a loop. It's 7.5. And these teams, when they play each other, continue just to go hit the over. Their last 10 games head to head, here's the scores: 9-6, 8-4, 7-3, 6-1, 4-2, 7-3, 6-5, 7-4, 10-2, 7-6. They are over hitting machines. And yeah, Little Picks, Bohm is a hitting machine. One of the most consistent hitters in Major League Baseball. Anyway, Manoah for the Blue Jays, one of my guys. I continue to say it. Does he have the best history against Baltimore? Not really. His last time out against them in Baltimore, 5 2/3. He gave up 4 runs. He only gave up 3 runs, but on 8 hits. And then they came up into Toronto, and he didn't look good against them before, or in Toronto either, against 5 2/3, 4 runs, striking out guys. But he gave up 2 home runs, and Manoah doesn't give up home runs. He gave up 2 home runs to the Orioles in that start, and he didn't give up a home run the 2 starts before that and the 3 starts after that. I trust Alek Manoah almost as much as anybody in the league, especially what he's done for me over the last couple of years. Tyler Wells has been really good for Baltimore, but he's starting to fall off. And I think that this number, now that it's gone, because obviously Baltimore's taken money, and now that I get the Blue Jays at a nice 140 number, I'm all over the Blue Jays today. I'm taking the Blue Jays on the money line at minus 140 for a full unit. I think they're rolling. I think that yesterday that game got out of hand a little bit. We saw the fight and stuff, but I honestly think that the Blue Jays are a better baseball team. And like I said yesterday on the show, that the Orioles might be losing a little bit of steam, and they come back and score 9 runs yesterday. I don't think they do that again. I think that Toronto has the better bullpen. I think Toronto has the better bats. And I just think that they're the better baseball team. I think they're playing better. They're 7-3 their last 10. Baltimore's only 5-5 their last 10. I'm almost positive about that. Yeah. So I'm going to continue to play the team that I trust, that I think that is a better baseball team. I understand how bad they've looked at times, especially the Blue Jays at home. I get it. But they are streaky, and I continue to trust them until they show me reasons not to. Again, if they were to lose a couple games in a row, then I'm going to be off the train. But when they're winning games, I'm definitely going to take it. And as far as that under, man, I wouldn't play an under in this series with your money. I understand it. The pitching is great. I get it. But if it was 8, like you said, it's already down to 7.5. I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Cubs and Reds. This was a weird series. But I'm actually going to take the Reds on the money line here. This was actually kind of a simple handicap for me. These teams aren't very good. Mike Minor has actually been pretty damn decent for the Reds. I mean, when I say Mike Minor, people automatically are thinking gas can, which, again, I'm not trying to say that he's like some good pitcher or not, but take a look at his last couple games. I mean, it's not like he's getting blown up. He played St. Louis, went 4 1/3, gave up 2 runs. Nationals, 2 runs. Pittsburgh, Philly, the Mets, 4 runs and whatnot. But again, he's pitching decent. The Cubs at home are always pretty decent, but I actually think that Assad isn't that good. He doesn't have a lot of experience. He looked good against the Blue Jays, and I think that that's kind of why people are saying him looking good against the Blue Jays. The Cubs are at home. The Reds are bad, but I think you got to take the plus money here. I don't think you should be laying minus 145 with the Cubs right now. What was that other comment? Never mind. All right, Cardinals and the Nationals. Cardinals finally got the job done for today or yesterday for us, winning 4-1. I don't want to play them. Like I said yesterday, getting later in the year, I'm not trying to play a home team minus 1.5, minus 140, but I will play them on the money line paired with another team that I don't think has a chance of losing today. And that's the Houston Astros. It's going to be minus 120 money line parlay. So it's a little juicy, but I'm doing it for 1.2 units. I don't think there's a chance in hell neither one of these teams lose today. If you're watching this, you already know that Seattle or St. Louis is extremely good at home, and Monty has been fantastic for them. I mean, obviously the minus 315 line shows it. The Nationals were a nice story. They won a couple games in a row, but not a chance in hell that I play them here again today, which will just lead me right into Beaver to the Astros game. That game's pretty simple as far as the Cardinals. If their Cardinals are at home, let's get into the Nationals game. So this one's even, or the Astros game. This one's even one of my favorite games of the day. Beaver sent me a text message at like 3 a.m. my time. He was all excited about this game. And I understand why. If you take a look at the Beavers text message, it says, quote, "The Astros literally, in all caps, do not lose against left-handed pitching." Then he sends me this picture, and if you take a look at the starting lefties that have faced the Astros, it's L. It's 14-1. Astros are 14-1 against their last 14 left-handed pitchers. They're scoring hella runs here. This is either this is Beaver's quote as well, either a trap of a lifetime or complete easy money. So Astros first 5 team total over 2.5 at minus 125 for a full unit. I think they absolutely smash here today. And then also Christian Javier to record a win. Was plus 100. It's now minus 105. We're going to do that for a half a unit. I don't like doing win props a ton, but I just don't want people aware of it. If you do like it, maybe bump it up a little bit, but I'm not a huge win guy, but I think the Astros absolutely roll here tonight, especially coming off a loss yesterday. And they haven't really looked good. So I think that it's about time for the Astros to show what they can do. I don't have them in front of me. Actually, you know what? I do have some of it. So let me pull up Alex Bregman. Another total base prop I like. Alex Bregman over 1.5 total bases coming back at plus 120. He has pretty good history against the Rangers in general, and I think the history against Reagans is even better. So going to be playing Breaks today. He's actually been one of their hotter hitters as well. So
Toast, there's a goon in the comments, and he put the Rays are 4.5 games back. Is it worth taking a plus 1,000 shot on Tampa Bay to win the AL East? Asking for a friend.
4.5 games back. I would have to look. I mean, honestly, no. I can tell you right now, if the Yankees, I don't think the Yankees are going to lose both games today, but let's just say the Yankees lose both games and the Rays wins today. That changes things a lot. I don't think you're going to get that plus 1,000 tomorrow if that happens. So I think that, well, you might, I don't know. I couldn't tell you about the movement in the futures market like that, but I would assume it goes down a little bit. I don't hate it. I mean, they're playing really good baseball right now. I can pull it up really quick. Let me pull the Rays up just really quickly, because now you got me all sorts of intrigued. 7-3 their last 10, 15-5 their last 20, 21-9 their last 30. I mean, this team is playing really good baseball right now. They're starting to get some guys back. On top of that, I know that Wander Franco's been working his way back through rehab. I know that he had a little bit of a setback. I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, that's going to bother me now. How much he set back. I know there was a tiny bit of a setback with him, but you might even be getting Wander Franco back too. So I definitely don't hate it, especially if you're not, if you're taking it for fun or if you're a Rays fan, but I definitely don't hate it. Not at all. I'll actually have to take a look at that after the show. Touche.
That was Kyle who said it. The biggest clown of all.
I actually don't hate that. So even if he was trying to tease or mess with us, that's actually not that bad. And also, the reason that it's clicking in my head like this is because I've seen, I don't know, at least 4 or 5 guys, 2 of them that work for DraftKings that are playing the Rays not to make the playoffs at a big plus price. So that's why he said that, and my brain just kind of went off like that. So I actually don't hate that at all. The more I talk about it. Anyway, Royals, Guardians. Yo, Greinke at home. Royals first 5 money line plus 114 for a half a unit. It's that simple, guys. This guy at home is an absolute animal. Let me pull up his stats. I had the Rays stuff open really quick. Greinke, his last couple of times against these Guardians, 5 innings pitched. These are all at home, by the way. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 6 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run. The guy just doesn't get hit at home. That's what happens. I'm sorry. I don't know if I trust Kansas City to win this game because that bullpen is just so absolutely dog shit. But I do think they have a pitching matchup here. Our mismatch here. Even with Greinke coming off of the IL and whatnot, he's a veteran, so I don't really think that affects him much. It's not like he's losing, a whole bunch of miles per hour off his fastball. It's not like it's going from, 75 to 69. He's still probably going to throw 75 miles an hour, just like he always does, but they just can't hit it. So this one was actually pretty easy for me, guys. It was almost an automatic, especially at plus money.
Last game.
Friars, aka the Padres. If you guys didn't know that, I get so many people. The Padres nickname is the Friars too. If you guys didn't know that. Padres and the D-backs. I really think the Padres might have got the monkey off their back last night. That pissed me off. I even called it. I said that they're going to walk it off, and 2 innings later, they did it. I think they got their monkey off their back. They got their big man, Hugh Darvish, on the mound, who's been really good for them. Padres -1.5, -105 for 0.75 units. I really, really do think that I think that the monkey got their back is one thing. Again, Arizona's been playing really good right now. So at plus 180, I mean, it's definitely intriguing. But man, like I said, I think that the Padres at home are one of those teams that you kind of have to look at. I like it. And one of those, again, the Diamondbacks bullpen can be hit. We saw that last night. I think Darvish rolls today. So I did see that, Kyle. So yeah, Freddie Freeman, that shit was BS. Yeah, you're damn right. I did call that stuff. It didn't sound right, man. It sounded like BS. Like, yeah, we can talk about that. But that's funny. I appreciate that. Thanks for the shout out. Anyway, that's it for today. Like I said, the SGP stuff and stuff was down for DraftKings and stuff, so I didn't do any hit parlays and stuff like that. That will be for VIPs and stuff. I will post on Twitter some props and whatnot. So yeah, not the best day for baseball. I know there's a lot of huge favorites on the board. Pick your spots wisely. Enjoy. Beaver's got his prop video up right now. Sean Redding is a really good handicapper. He does the green zone. Sauce got him on board, and he's going to be dropping a video on the network here in a couple hours. I think that goes live at 4:30 Eastern, or would that be 8:30 Eastern? I don't know. A couple hours from now. I don't know what time zone you guys are in.
4:30 Eastern.
4:30 Eastern. Goddamn weirdos. Anyway, I appreciate you guys all for showing up. I'll be back here tomorrow. As always, VIP sheet will be dropped in the next about 15 minutes or so. So yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Peace out, Chiefs. Let's win some bets.